This segment of Real Talk has been brought to you by Barsol Pisco. Make sure to order Barsol Pisco at your next social gathering. But I know that you were an HIV testing counselor for a really long time. So was there any fetishes that came about during your counseling that you were like, wow, I've never heard of that, or that really stuck out to you?
Interesting that you asked me this. By the way, we have made a rule between us that we don't tell each other the news that we have, so that our reaction while we saying them it's a little bit more authentic. All right, so it's not a little oh wow, I didn't know that. You know what I mean? Actually, I have two. Of course, I'm not. Those sessions are private, and I can't talk about. I can say mention any names or nothing, but I can definitely talk about the situation. So there's a situation. One of them, it's about a woman that came and she wanted to test because she disclosed to me that she had cheated on her husband.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, so part of how I handle my sessions is that I want to know if there is a potential for that behavior to repeat again in the future. So I try to find out. So, what happened? Is your husband happy? Are you still seeing this person? She's like, no, I'm not gonna see this person again. Okay, so your husband found out? She's like, yeah, my husband found out. And how did he react? Well, he reacted in a good way. He was sad. And he told me he was sad. But then he asked me for something. And then I was like, okay. Oh, no. And so I was like, okay, so is this person, do you know this person? Because we need to assess how much of a risk that sexual encounter was. So I asked her, so how well do you know this other person that you cheated on your husband with? And she's like, well, I know him very well because he's the brother of my husband.
Oh my goodness.
And I was like,
family,
whoa.
Right?
And I was like, okay, whoa. So how do your husband react? She was like, well, he was a little sad about the situation. And then he asked me for something a little bit, she didn't know how to say it. And then she said, you know how guys are, a little bit more sexual than us girls. And I was like, well, what do you mean? And she's like, well, he asked me if I could do it one more time with his brother, but this time if I could watch.
If he could watch.
If he could watch.
Oh my goodness. So he didn't even want to be a part of it, he just wanted to watch.
He just wanted to watch.
Wow.
Yeah, so he asked his wife if she could have sex with his brother again, but this time if he could watch.
Wow.
So I was like, God damn it, all right.
Okay, to each its own, I guess.
I mean, you gotta be respectful. I don't think she was. I don't think she I mean, I didn't ask her that, but I think I remember her being uncomfortable with the idea, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so, who knows now, you know what I mean? That's why people start being uncomfortable. And the other situation was about a guy who came, and he's like, so I was like, you guys in a relationship? He's like, no, she's married. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, but it's okay. He says the husband knows. I was like, what do you mean? Yeah, they have an open relationship, and a lot of the times I call the house to ask for her, and he answers the phone, And he's like, yeah, give me a minute. She's in the shower. So I'm like, oh, wow. I was like, man.
Or didn't you tell me also about someone that was coming from Mexico, and they were talking about that they had sex with a mule or...
Oh, actually, you know what? That was my sister.
Oh, okay.
That was my sister, yeah. No, that wasn't my sister who said that with the parents and saw his face. Yes, that was who did it. No, my sister was also a counselor at the same place where I worked. And she had somebody who came and he was like, well, I haven't had sex, el acento mexicano. Well, I haven't had sex in the last 1 year, but I don't know if it counts if I had con una oveja. No, con una mula. And she was like, what? Sí, porque tuve sexo con una mula.
Wow.
And lo más chistoso es que my sister, the first thing she asked him was like, did you use a condom? He cannot get HIV from you. The fuck is wrong with you? But why are you asking me all this
Well,
questions?
I'm asking because I came across this article of a man who has a very particular sexual fetish. So what he enjoys and gets sexual gratification from is anything that's related to women using the bathroom. It's like the sound of it, the smell, just seeing it. And so in order for him to have some sexual gratification, he dressed up as a mannequin, put on a mask and women's clothes and a wig, and went into a bathroom in a mall, and just stood there like a mannequin and waited to hear these sounds of women using the bathroom and flushing the toilet. And when people weren't looking, he was taking pictures of the women, of their shoes, and he had his phone and he recorded some of the women using the bathroom.
Damn.
And I guess he got caught, and he ran into a cubicle somewhere in the mall and locked himself in there. And when the
Mr. Burns, please stop that.
And so when the security guard found him, he was hiding out in a cubicle. He said, I admit I just performed a sexual act, and I have to say that I've been a little weird these days.
Man, that's fucking crazy, yo.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
And so he went to court and he explained to the judge, this is how I get turned on. Like anything that has to do with women in the bathroom, the sound, the smell, everything. It's his turn on. He wasn't sentenced for any.
He should be a plumber,
right?
What the hell?
Perfect job.
Trying to be a mannequin, motherfucker. You're going through all this trouble. Be a plumber.
And so he was actually caught again trying to go into the mall and dress up as a mannequin and just like stand there and pose.
Oh shit! I got it. He's gotta be one of those guys at the club giving out toilet paper.
Oh yes, perfect.
You know what I mean? But for a woman.
For women, he only is
right.
only with women.
Well, trying to, maybe dress yourself as a woman or something. Yeah, but maybe he's not a transgender. That's the thing. He's not a transgender. He's just trying to get to. You know what? Overall, I'm gonna be a little bit controversial right here, but I feel kind of bad for these guys that have these weird ass fetishes, man. Because
it is, you're a little like skewed to
because
to the left.
They can't help it. It's not like they want to be like that. I mean, what the fuck wants to get turned on by somebody using the toilet? Nobody chooses to get turned on by somebody using the toilet. I heard a story about a guy. I read about a story about a guy who whose fetish was to see women sneeze. So
wow.
he would walk around women, like, random women. He would like, excuse me, do you know directions for them? And then he would throw pepper to their nose.
Really?
Yeah, excuse me, do you know where? And they would be like, Chow. And he was caught because he did that with this girl in a one of those supermarkets. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? The security guard came and he arrested him, and then the woman didn't even sneeze. She was more like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But I feel bad for this. I mean, you cannot be in a fucking woman's bathroom taking pictures. That's hella creepy, and I think that's when there's something wrong with a fetish. Maybe, in this specific case, like, that can be controlled. But I think that some fetishes, if you are invading somebody else's privacy or freedom,
exactly.
It makes them feel uncomfortable.
They're not consenting to
area,
it. They're not consenting.
Then there's something wrong with it, and you need to find, need to find another weird ass motherfucker like you. You know what I mean? That is into something like that, and you guys can share that type of thing. I'm pretty sure this guy. Mi mamá siempre me dijo, para cada roto hay un descosido. Yes. Así que tiene que haber una mujer por ahí que
and you told me about my dichos. Look at you with your dichos today.
No, but see, you Mexicans have a dicho for everything, man. It's like you cannot have a conversation without like throwing a dicho out there. But anyways, I'm pretty sure there is a woman out there who loves them and is gonna be like, look, I'm willing to do this for you. Like, see me taking a shit or whatever,
Yeah.
What was your impression about it?
I was pretty weirded out by it. I was like, wow. And that he went to that extent to like hear it, like he planned everything. He had to go and get women's clothes.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why I feel bad about. That's why I feel bad about these guys, because imagine, you only getting turned. That's your sexual
climax,
healing. You know what I mean? That's the thing that makes you excited. So imagine all of this time. You know what I mean? Like being completely oppressed because you cannot express it. You don't know where to go to in order to get that satisfaction. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what do? You know what I mean? Like, you die.
And he didn't learn his lesson. He went right again and did it all over again.
That's what sex is something that will drive a person to do anything. Sex and hunger, man. Will drive you crazy, man.